Like I was working in Amazon. I mean, Korean people they buy it on special occasions only. So I'm like, okay, it's fine.
You went to Yonsei, Osaka.
Yeah, I went.
Could you once again please introduce yourself briefly to the camera?
Sure. Hi, I'm Ari, and I'm currently a model and actor in Korea. So I came to Korea like maybe a year ago. I studied Korean here because I think we needed that for survival. And then now I'm currently working as an actor, and I'm signed with an agency in Korea. Thank you.
Okay, so the question we ask everybody is why Korea? Why not Japan? Why not China?
That's a question I think I get from every Korean here in my Korea. So actually, I didn't know much about Korea. Like I heard about BTS before, but I didn't have any idea. So I graduated, and I initially applied to going to New York, but then my colleagues were from Korea. Like I was working in Amazon, and I had a global team, like from Amazon US, from Amazon UK, Amazon Korea. But you know, our time in Korean time only has 3 hours and 30 minutes difference.
Okay.
So we used to work with them a lot, a lot. So while working, I used to talk with them a lot. So they used to tell me we have this kind of festival, this kind of culture. And because of that, I got like a lot of interest. And then I heard Big Bang for the first time. And I was like, I have to go. I'm a huge Big Bang fan. And then I came to Korea just to see whether I will be able to survive in this country or not. But I think this country is super, super convenient. You know, like I feel like this country can offer a lot. There is a lot of opportunities, a lot of areas where you can develop yourself as a person. So I think Korea was a really great option. And I have friends in Japan. So they said I think Japan is really great, but after some time they want to return back because it's very hard to survive there. And talking about China, well, India and China don't have really good relations.
Okay.
So they don't
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I see.
So when you working for Amazon, what is your job position?
So I was a cloud engineer at Amazon.
Ah.
Because I graduated from a computer science degree and I was an engineer. So I got selected from my university directly
Wow.
before completing my senior year. And I was placed, I did an internship there and then I joined as full-time worker.
So I mean, cloud engineers in Korea, a lot of companies require use in
Right.
terms of like your technology, your
Right.
know-how, no?
Mm.
But you don't.
Well,
Thank you.
actually, when I was talking about Amazon, so we don't have Amazon in Korea. We have AWS, you know, the cloud part.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, we work with the team here, and I also had a lot of big customers. I can't take the names. They were from Korea. And I think it was pretty great to talk about technology with them, building their system, building their cloud infrastructure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So many people might be wondering why did you quit Amazon?
Oh my god. I think this is something that every corporate worker relate to. Corporate is the hardest thing to do. It's the most secure, but the hardest thing to do.
Okay.
Like if you get out early, if you quit early, it's fine. But if you don't, you're stuck up there for your life. You can't after 5 years, 10 years. It gives you a sense of security, you know, like constantly getting money. And you're like, oh, I have a 9 to 5 job, I'm working good, I'm getting money, I can have my own life. But I wanted to do something different. I was getting enough money, more than enough, you know. Amazon Pay is really good. But I was not happy. I used to get up at 12 at night for meetings, sometimes at 5 in the mornings for meetings. It was very irregular, and I was not happy doing that. So I said, money isn't everything if you're at the top. So I just wanted to be in front of the camera. And yeah, I think it worked out really good for me.
I see.
Right.
Could you please share your experiences of how it was? Maybe what parts were easy or pleasant or you were dissatisfied with?
So I think the language course here is really, really good for people who want to learn from scratch,
Okay.
who have literally like no idea. But it's also hard for people who have like zero idea. Zero ideas are like you don't know even 안녕하세요 in Korean because whatever they teach, they don't speak one word of English. They only speak in Korean. Even the classes are only in Korean. I've never heard my professor speak English ever. So it's only in Korean. So if let's say I had a friend from Germany, who could not understand the classes. She didn't do anything.
Right.
So it's really hard for them to catch. But if you have like just the basic knowledge too, they will catch you from there and take you to a very advanced level.
Okay.
But the problem that existed with that was too intensive. And after some time, students just wanted to mug up, not understand the grammar, not understand the structure, just wanted to pass the exams. That was not my motive. So I stopped after level 4 because I just did not want to pass the exam. I wanted to become fluent in Korean.
Right.
So yeah.
May I guess, from what you said, I think you went to Yonsei.
Yeah, I went.
We've done a lot of interviews now.
Oh my god, yeah, I went to Yonsei. You're super good at guessing.
So what is your topic level?
It's 3 currently. I
Three
could have got a 4,
Okay.
but I missed it by a couple of points, like 20 points.
What is your visa type? D2, D4,
My visa type currently is E6
E6?
because on student we have D visas, but working visa is E series. So I have E6 visa that is model in acting and entertainment visa, any entertainment job.
Okay. We had quite a few models that came here, and they said the most difficult part is the market is very saturated.
Very
There are a lot of models. They cannot, and even when they apply for an agency, they do not look for jobs for them. You have to find the job for yourself, right? So, how did you find this process?
So I think it was very, very hectic, to be honest, because actually Korea is has a very conservative market, because they have like this kind of like beauty standard. You have to be this much height, you have to be this much that. But currently also Korea is like kind of expanding. They need different kind of models for
I
different
see.
kind of projects. I think sometimes I see black models being casted more. Currently,
Yeah.
when I see like they're
Correct.
asking for international people more. But for different kind of markets, yeah, I think that is the case.
I see.
But no agency, I think very few, but most of the agencies do not give work to you. They clearly state you find your own work and we take the cut. But yeah, they sponsor our visa, so we are like responsible for them. But yeah, that is the case. And currently, I think getting an E6 is one of the very hardest visas to get, because everybody wants to be a model here. Randomly, they come to Korea and they're like, "Oh, I like acting. I like modeling." That's not true. I had experience in my country too. As a hobby, I did modeling. I've worked with brands before. And I worked in web dramas in my country before too. So for me, it was like a thing I know. I've done it before. But some people who come here, they just want to be a model out of nowhere. No experience, but just want to be. So government has made it much more, stricter since last 2 years to get an E6 visa.
Okay.
So many of my friends got rejected for it too. But I think, especially from a language visa, getting any other visa except studying is super hard, because they just think, oh, you came here for studying, now you'll go back. It was super hard for me too.
So when you get this E6 visa, so what kind of documentation the government required?
So for my visa, my whole visa was sponsored by my agency. So all of the paperwork they submitted, every single thing. I only was selected by my agency. I was signed by 2 agencies, and I had to choose one.
Okay.
So I just provided my portfolio. In my portfolio, I had like previous works I've done in Korea, what are my future plans, my past experiences. So when I went to the immigration, the main thing that they decide on is, what did you do in the past? They like really thoroughly research it. Like, have you done it, or are you just lying about it? And what are your future plans? And not just like me saying, oh, I have a future plan of working here. They want proof.
Okay.
So I had some future plans of working here. I had some projects already decided for this month. So they saw that, and I think it got sanctioned really soon.
I see.
What is your future plan?
So my future plans were, some of the photographers here wanted to have a look shoot with me. I had a drama booking too as well.
Interesting.
I recently worked on that. And they just thought this month if I had some projects lined up. And I did have that. and they were like, okay, you're eligible for this.
So how did you find the job opportunity?
Well, that is a very good question. So
Uh-huh.
I am a person who applies everywhere and anywhere. You see Instagram, you see Kakao Talk, Facebook,
Uh-huh.
filmmakers, or any neighbor openings. I just apply to everything that is related to entertainment.
Okay.
I reached out to a lot of people through Instagram. Hey, I want to work with you. Hey, is there any opportunity? And I keep texting them or emailing them.
I see.
And I think like 90% of the time they don't reply.
Right.
It's true, but 10% of the time I get good jobs.
I see.
Wow.
So you have to be very consistent and not lazy. You can't be like someone is going to give you a job. Nobody's going to give you.
Okay.
Keep applying, keep connecting. Sometimes network connection is very important in the entertainment industry. Like if you wanna get a job, sometimes the people, if they know you, they directly reach out to you. Like, hey, we have an opening, you wanna apply? And I'm like, okay, sure. Yeah.
Which platform got the best ROI?
To be honest, Kakao Talk.
Kakao Talk. So just reaching out to your network.
Yeah, I did. So we have a lot of, I think everybody knows, every model or actor would know, there's a lot of Kakao Talk groups we have. And the people keep posting about different job openings there. If they suit you, you apply. So Korean most they look for Caucasian models, like who are white and blue eyes, or black models. So it's very, very different.
I see.
But there's opportunity for a lot of other people as well. Depends on timing. Like in December or January, the opportunities are very less, because outside it's very cold. Nobody
Right.
wants to shoot right now. Everybody wants to shoot indoor, and indoor prices is a lot. So they just be like, maybe January, let it go. After that, we'll start shooting. So it's
Okay.
really hard. Yeah.
So when you make a contract with your agency,
Yeah.
how much did you pay or how much did you get?
Well, so with the agency, you're not supposed to pay anything. Like, one of the agencies asked me like 2 million, all right, for making a contract. That's totally illegal, first of all, and you're not supposed to give a single penny except for your visa fee. That's around like 30,000 won. But that's it. Like, you should not pay your agency. If they're asking you, that means they're like,
Take notes.
they don't believe you. Because
Okay.
if they believe in your like talent, oh, this person can bring me money, I can see that, then they will not ask you for money. But if they know, oh, this is a very new talent, I just need someone, to fill the spot, then they will ask you like million, 2 million. My agency was pretty good. They didn't ask me any money. And the cut that the agency takes, it depends. One agency offered me like 10% cut they'll take.
Okay.
My agency currently takes like 20%. So I think it's pretty good. I think, yeah, 20% is a great.
Okay, so 20% on your contract amount.
Right.
We heard that 10 to 20% is the standard, right?
Right, yes.
But some models get ripped off,
Mm.
and agencies charge sometimes 50, 60%.
Don't sign with those agencies.
Okay.
Don't sign. You will not have anything in your hands. You're literally like working for some project for 500,000 one, getting only like 100,000, 200, and you're
Right.
like, no. And also, there was a couple of certain of, why E6 visa got harder these years? So there were a couple of agencies who took like 100, 200, 300 models and just went with these amount of applications to the immigration. And immigration got really angry and they said, no, what are you doing?
So, what were your experiences?
Well, I agree with that. The Indian food, they don't know how to cook it here. Even the Indian people are cooking sometimes, but
Yeah, I liked it. Honestly.
I mean, even Korean people, foreigner people, they love when they go to Indian restaurant because,
Yeah.
but it's not authentic, like the perfect. Yeah, I found one authentic when you go to Gangnam Station Exit 12. Near that, it's called Bombay something. I don't remember, but it was good. But apart from that, I went to Hannam-dong like 2 days ago too. Not good. I went to Shincheon too. Not good. So I was like, oh, okay. And my friends loved it. But I was like,
Yeah,
I rated like 5 out of 10. Not too good.
Wow.
It was not that great, to be honest. So if I want to eat Indian, I cook it at my home.
Okay.
Like in Goshiwon, we can cook it too. It's not like kitchen is there, so I cook it at my home. But I don't eat Indian often. I eat more Korean. So I'm used to that Korean taste more because it's easy to cook, right? So yeah, I make Korean food too at home.
I see.
Okay.
During last semester,
Yeah.
I had a classmate who was from India, and she said it was difficult for her to adapt to Korean food
Oh.
because she was vegetarian. And-
Damn, that's hard.
Yeah, and I'm not sure whether the majority of Indians are vegetarian or not?
Well, I think 60% of Indians are Indian
Uh-huh.
and vegetarian.
I see.
To be honest, even I get surprised sometimes when they say I'm vegetarian and Indian. It's very hard, but they are a lot.
Okay.
But and non-vegetarian, that too is divided into Hindu and Muslim.
Okay.
So Hindu people don't eat beef, sogogi.
Uh-huh.
And Muslim people don't eat vechigogi,
Right.
pork. So I'm Hindu, I don't eat sogogi. But I love vechigogi.
Okay.
So I eat everywhere, everything's fine for me. I don't have any problem, except I don't eat sogogi.
Okay.
And sogogi is expensive. It's okay not to eat.
That's perfect.
I mean, Korean people, they buy it on special occasions only. So I'm like, okay, it's fine.
That's great.
So I think for a lot of people it's really hard to adapt to Korean food. First they think it's super spicy, which is not. It's not spicy at all.
Well, if you're from India, I guess.
It's not spicy. And some people like say it has a different taste. I think Korean food is really healthy and it has perfect amount of flavor. So I really enjoy Korean food. And I cook it myself, I told you, a lot.
I see. So you are perfectly fine with the food
Yes,
in Korea?
I'm totally fine with the food in Korea because first of all, if you're choosing a country you go to, they have been having that food for years.
Right.
Don't complain. They can't change their food for you. That is how, if it's you who has chosen the country. They didn't force you to come here. And they didn't force you to eat kimchi jjigae.
Right.
But if you can't even go back, please.
Right.
Don't complain. And they will not change. Yeah, you can make your own food here. For people who are vegetarian, my friends are also vegetarian. They make their own food. There's a very few options. You can eat dubu, maybe dubu jjigae or something like that. But apart from that, it's very hard to get vegetarian food. So if you have a problem, don't tell them to change their culture.
Okay.
You can adapt to what you need. Like if you go to my country and you say, please don't put spices, I mean, people will be offended. So similarly in Korea, please don't tell them to like do like that, do like this. They've been doing that for years. It's you who need to adapt.